It's like I had something too, and I was just like, wait, where's the camera? Someone moved the camera on me.
Was that your prescription?
No, okay. So long story, there was a big celebration. We have this thing that's supposed to pop confetti.
Right.
Everybody is scared to open this because we don't know what's going to happen.
Well, it's going to pop confetti.
Well, I know, but it kind of looks like a dud. So we're kind of like, it's going to open and nothing's going to happen. So
just
we'll
point
see.
it away from your face.
Yeah. And we're just waiting for the right person to do this.
Martine. Come open this.
Yeah, he is the designated volunteer. So we're just waiting for Martine. When he least expect it, he's going to be the person we get. So probably should admit these kind of things, right? Right at the beginning, like, yeah, Martine, we're looking for you. So I want to stay away.
Yeah, maybe he won't watch this and he'll just open it.
I don't know. Trust me, I hear about it later. He's going to be like, oh, so I heard you guys were saying this about me. Yeah, we did.
No.
Welcome, everybody, to Zia Comic Weekly, where we get ready to nerd out for the next half hour. And, oh, man, we got so much to get to today. But without further ado, we introduce the man, the myth, the legend, Troy. What up, Troy? I'm pointing this way, but I really should be that way.
Yeah.
Oh, but then again, I realize we should also...
Camera turns there. There we go. Oh, yeah.
See? This is high production value, everybody. See, yes, I did have it right. So it was like this, but the camera...
We'll catch that in the edit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna mark it at 2 minutes and 6 seconds. What's going on, Troy? How are you?
Busy, getting ready for got a little event coming up next weekend.
Oh yeah, there's just some little event going on, right?
That will be here soon.
Las Cruces Comic Con. Of course, you see it everywhere. You hear it everywhere. Anytime I drive down Loman, I see it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's right, because it's everywhere. So there's no excuse for someone to say, oh, there's Comic Con coming up.
There's still going to be somebody go, oh, I didn't know about it.
It's like, really? So you didn't drive down Loman anytime. You didn't drive down the busiest street in town.
It'll be like that insurance commercial with the cavemen. Do you live under a rock?
Oh, man. You know what? Now that I think about it, I kind of look like one of those cavemen right now.
You're getting a little fuzzy.
I really am, man. I don't know.
So shaving takes time.
It really does, man. Time is something that we apparently don't have. So, like, you know what? I'll look good in a beard one day. We'll see. Las Cruces Comic Con coming up. Get your tickets. What's it like, man? We're a week and some change away.
Yeah, so, I mean, we got this weekend free, and the next weekend is the con.
So, yeah, so you can get those tickets today. VIP still available, right?
There's a few still available. They're selling out. So I mean, once they're gone, they're gone. So if you're thinking about it, you better go jump on it.
Yeah, and we've told you several times about just the value for VIP. Like, you guys want to talk about getting your money's worth. You are getting your money's worth with VIP.
Lots and lots of perks. I mean, you got the T-shirt, the water tumbler, front of line access at the autographs and photo ops, preferred seating in the panels. Did I mention T-shirt already?
Yeah, no, we didn't mention T-shirt.
So you get the T-shirt too, and you get a free photo op with each VIP. So now, I mean, that's anywhere from $30-$40 value just by itself.
You know, and then you, of course, have to have they'll be able to get it authenticated. So whatever stuff they get signed.
Yeah, JSA, take it over for $10, get it authenticated.
And you'll be ready to go.
We got you covered, man.
I'm telling y'all can't miss out, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, I think a lot of people know I'm excited for Honky Tonk Man, and you know, Greg Valentine gonna be there, so it's gonna be a blast, man.
Did they make Funko Pops for those two guys?
I don't think they did. Honky Tonk Man. So for wrestling folks out there, Honky Tonk Man right now is in the headlines because his record, he is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion currently. And the one who's holding the title currently is a month away from potentially breaking his record. He's almost lost it, but he's a month away from beating this record that has been held for a couple of decades now. And that was held by Honky Tonk Man. So I'm sure a lot of questions are going to be flying around next weekend as, do you think it's going to get broken? Do you think it's not? What do y'all think is going to happen? So yeah, man, it's exciting.
Yeah, there's a little buzz around it. So
yeah. So I was counting at this last pay-per-view event that they had. They mentioned Honky Tonk Man at least 10 times.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for
Yeah,
us.
I know. I was like, hey, he mentioned him. That's perfect. They're like, can he break Honky Tonk's record? Is he catching up on Honky Tonk? And they show a picture of Honky Tonk, man. I'm like, man, oh man, like this is right at the perfect time with everything that's going on. So, guys, yeah, I mean, my wrestling fans out there, this is perfect.
Yeah, go get him to sign your guitar. Get it JSA. That'd be something to hang on the wall.
Man, I tell you, that would look perfect in my office. So first, got to get a guitar. Because
you can pick up a cheap one at the thrift store, I'm sure.
I'm gonna have to, man. I'm not instrumental. I'm not a very good person when it comes to instruments. I've never played an instrument. I don't know how to play an instrument. So
I was in band in high school, but I wasn't very good at it.
My school was so small they didn't even have a band. They just would play the radio. They're like, hey, we're gonna do a marching song. Hold on, put it on track 2. We'll be good.
Instead of air guitar, it was air band. Oh, I got trumpet, I guess.
I was first chair in that band. Oh, you almost fell. Oh my gosh. So yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome, man. And then of course you got Peppermint Patty, the voice of Peppermint Patty, just the guest list, man. Y'all go to LostCrucesComicCon.com to get the whole list, man. We can be here forever with the amount of guests that are going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, we have more than double the amount we had last year, and we tried to cover all the genres. I mean, we got the wrestling, the voice actors, we got the regular actors. So
yeah,
we're trying.
Man, it's gonna be fun, man. So Las Cruces Comic Con is coming up, man. You do not want to miss out. Any last minute things you guys gotta get ready before? Because I know, by the way, it's the full venue this year, right?
The whole convention center, exhibit hall, ballroom, hallway. It's all of us.
So,
but you guys got to show up, man, because if it don't make money, this might be the last one. So
yeah. Don't make money, don't make sense. So
yeah, can't do it. We did. I mean, it made money last year, but man, this town is such a walk-up town. It's crazy. They don't like to buy tickets in advance, but then they complain when they have to stand in a long line at the door. I'm like, dude, you waited till the last second.
I know, right? Especially because when you get, and it's funny because this happens at anywhere you go, that they're like, oh, well, there's like, so if I would have bought my tickets, I can go ahead of the line. Well, yeah, they've been telling you that for a good month and a half now, that if you did that, you can skip this line and you're going to want to get out of the heat quickly. So get your tickets now and skip the line.
Well, last year it rained on the guys out there. We had to pull everybody in as quick as we could so they didn't get soaked.
By the way, that was the funnest event to ever have to be in, have to back up for. We were getting ready to wrap up and it was like, oh, so that's what that sound was on the roof. Okay. Martine, so do you want to go ahead and put these tents away? Man, I'm sorry, Martini. We're going to do better by Martini this year. I swear.
It's raining, Martini. Will you work with this electrical equipment?
No, hey, plug this in, please. Oh, man. And I'm surprised he still likes me. I'll be honest. I really am surprised.
Well, that's what he tells you.
I know. He's probably cursing me out right now.
Yeah. If you ever get a hold of his diary, it might say something different.
It might. It really might. So he's in Joey, I think, is at the top of the hate list. I really think so. Oh man, a lot for us to nerd out on. Let's start with first and foremost. Did you get a chance to see Guardians?
Yes.
Thoughts. I'm 15 minutes in, and then my son decided to take the remote away. So I'm just a couple minutes. It's the beauty of having a 2-year-old, man. He's like, I want to change it. And he wants to watch the Amazing Spider-Man Adventures, which is a cartoon, which I'm like, okay, cool. But like, man, I've been wanting to watch this movie for 3 months now.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this for a while.
Yeah, but we'll watch Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends. Great.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate the Guardians Volume 3, but I don't know. Maybe it was just overhyped for me. I thought it kind of fell flat from what I was expecting, but that might have been me just expecting too much.
We did put a lot on it, though, because, I mean, and again, the trailers put a lot on it. The trailers really had, like, this emotional roller coaster, so
yeah.
I don't know.
There was a few heart tug moments in there with Rocket. Yeah. Nobody died. I was told there was going to be a death.
I know, especially because we were sitting here literally saying, like, who do you think it's going to be? It's going to be Drax. No, it's going to be Rocket. It's going to be Groot. And nobody. So
that, and I didn't like their portrayal of Adam Warlock. I mean, he was really not like he is in the comics in this movie. But they do that a lot. Drax is drastically different from what he is in the comics. So they took some liberties there. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't real fond of Adam Warlock either.
yeah. I obviously they're setting up for the new Guardians. I mean, it's going to continue, but with a different cast, it seems. So, I mean, there's that to look forward to. But obviously, we know James Gunn isn't involved with any future Guardians projects moving forward.
Yeah, and that just makes me wonder. Does that mean Drax isn't going to either? Because him and Batista are like besties for the resty. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't see
sure.
Drax sticking around. I don't know, man. And then I think Chris Pratt. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him pop up in an Avengers, whether it's the Rise of Kang or Secret Wars. I mean, he'll return, but probably at a very smaller scale.
Yeah, I think you might see him in cameos. But like him and Zoe Saldana, who's like in every movie now. I think those guys you might not see a lot of going forward.
Yeah, no, I mean it's great, but I mean also right now I wonder where Marvel's going to stand, because a lot of our, from the original, few phases that we've seen, they're going to slowly start disappearing, and you're seeing a crop of new Avengers and new heroes and new, anti-heroes. It's new. So for those that are engaged in the story, great. If you're coming into the ball game late, it may not necessarily sit well with the new fans. I don't know. I don't know if a lot of fans are necessarily excited for, the next Shang-Chi, because they may not know the story as much. I mean, it's going to do great, but they may not exactly like an Iron Man. They may not be drawn to it like an Iron Man was.
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to launch it with the Marvels, because now we're getting Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan getting pulled in. I'm hoping they're going to pull She-Hulk maybe into the movies, because I really like that series. I think a lot of people hated on it for no reason. So yeah, maybe some of these newer ones, maybe the ones they're introducing in the series, will get pulled into the movies, and we'll get that new younger class coming up.
And I mean, I think it would be perfect. I mean, maybe not having to do another season of She-Hulk, but then bringing them into that universe to some aspect, because we ultimately know there's going to be a big battle when it comes to the next couple Avenger movies. So this is your opportunity to bring everybody in, not necessarily having to do another season of She-Hulk, but she's there. She exists in the universe.
She's been introduced now. You can pull her in the movies.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. The one movie that I keep hearing tons of rumors, which I just don't know, Deadpool, man. It's like there's a new rumor every day when it comes to the Deadpool 3 movie. Obviously, we know Hugh Jackman is going to be in it, so no spoilers there.
Yeah, that's another one I think would do well with cameos. You can bring in all the other older X-Men guys in cameo spots in the background with that one. I think that was put on hold now because of the strike. So I don't know how far along they got in filming, but from the stills I saw, they're going back to the old school Wolverine outfit.
Which I think a lot of fans were geeked out about it, because they're like, oh my God, it's like from the cartoon, and it's actually yellow. But then you're going to get those, well, it's not authentic. There's not that right shade of blue. Trust me, we hear from these all the time.
Oh, yeah.
There's always the well, it's not really authentic, and he never wore that in this issue of this comic. And I'm like, dude,
actually people. Well, actually,
that's what they will be known for from now on. The actually people.
Yeah, just shut up and let me enjoy the movie, dude.
I mean, dude, it was a cartoon drawing from 1991. I'm sure there's going to be some improvements that's going on.
Based on the character from even earlier than that.
Right. I was like, and plus, would you like the Danny DeVito character as well to come on in? I mean, we can have Danny DeVito.
I would get behind Danny DeVito as Wolverine.
You know what? I think a lot of people would. I mean, because when that rumor was around, I really think whether it was the variant, I mean, there's an opportunity for them to figure it out somehow.
Yeah. I mean, Loki's in that universe, so you can bring in a different universe Wolverine and have it be Danny DeVito. That one's free, Marvel.
That's right. While y'all are on strike, we're still working, okay?
Yeah.
We're still popping out content for you guys. You guys need to take this and run with it. Maybe pay us a couple bucks. So, the writer strike has officially crossed over 100 days, which is now setting it's now delaying many more shows, movies, projects. Some of the ones that stand out, Stranger Things is another one that just is continuously being delayed. Uh, I don't know how that's going to fit with where they left off last season because these actors are getting older. I mean, and I mean, you can't say that you're a high schooler and you look like me. Like, it's not
Well,
going to
Millie
work.
Bobby Brown is turned into a woman now. It's kind of
Yep.
hard to hide those curves and make her look like a
It,
teenager.
it really, unless they're getting ready. The only thing I can predict, Troy, is that they do a jump to the early 90s
Yeah,
and they're older. That's the
they
only thing that saves it.
they're going to have to because nobody's going to. All the kids' voices are changed already. I think one of them's got a mustache.
Some of them have whole families out there
Some of
already,
them,
like
some of
their
them have
parents.
kids.
Yeah, their parents already. Like, yeah, Millie Bobby Brown is married. Like,
Yeah,
it's just you're not going to be able. I don't know, man. I mean, there's going to be a lot of time jumping when a lot of these shows come back. I mean, but that's been the big one that has stood out to me as far as it's like, yeah, man, I don't know. I know a lot of the kids like Euphoria. That's another one that's on delay. Just Peacemaker is also on delay. Like, there's just, man, there's a ton. And the movies are going to be on delay as well. So,
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's
yeah.
definitely looking
The
like we'll be
last time they
waiting
had the
for a while.
writer's strike, yeah, the last time they had the writer's strike, I don't think the actors struck with them. I think it was just the writers. So I mean, they can't work on anything now because the writers and actors are striking.
Yeah, it's crazy. And now with the actors being involved, I was looking up a few things as far as when it comes to this strike, and obviously there's so many rules. It's so complex of what an actor can do between while they're in the strike. I mean, they can't promote, obviously. They can't appear on podcasts. They can't, I guess, there's quite a few things they can't do. If it's tied to a movie project, it's like if that never existed between now and by the time the strike is over.
Yeah, no
So,
promotion of struck work.
yeah, and what I have noticed, a lot of stuff that we are seeing, if you pay close attention, it will show either on the corner of the screen that this was recorded previously. So they're having to state, even on podcast, they're having to state that this was filmed prior, so that way they know that they're on strike and this is an old thing that was filmed back in May or early beginning of the year.
Yeah, I mean they want to stay with SAG, they're going to have to follow the rules. So they don't
Yeah.
want any of that coming out and them getting booted because SAG holds a lot of weight.
Yeah, and especially for a lot of the stuff that we enjoy, they're definitely going to make sure that it's taken care of. So, sorry, folks, a lot of the stuff that you were looking forward to may get delayed till 2026. At this point, we're seeing stuff like I know the Avenger movies are getting pushed a year. So, 2026, 2027 is when we're going to see those movies come out.
Yeah, I mean we had the big push from COVID where everything got delayed, and then it took some time to ramp up and get production going, and they were just getting rolling, and then the strike came, so now everything is standstill again. So it's not going to happen like that as soon as the strike's over, guys. They're going to have to start ramping up production again. It's going to be a while before we see stuff new.
So there at the beginning, there was a lot of from sets of movies where it literally just turned into a ghost town, man. Like I was trying to look up a photo right now from Ghostbusters. I can't find it for some reason, but we're talking it literally just there's the set and it's gone. Like there's nobody there. Like it now looks like something from Ghostbusters. It's like,
You
okay,
see a
this
little
is
tumbleweed going across.
yeah, but and here's another thing that's happening. Oh man, I don't know why I can't pull the story up. But we had talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Now there's issue because these sets are just left alone. There's vandalism. People are going and taking stuff from these sets because it's like, hey, we're not there. So a lot of these
Ooh,
sets are having to deal with people just going and getting stuff.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because it's like they told them to stop working. So I don't know if that also means they don't have security on site, but yeah, people are finding out where these things are being filmed. And okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this, especially if they were on location.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Wow. I didn't even,
y'all
yeah.
think, yeah, y'all don't think you're slick because when all this is over, they're gonna find you.
Yeah, they just go to eBay and find you selling all the stuff you stole. This is
You know what,
authentic
Troy?
prop.
It doesn't surprise me, man, because they do these things and then they put it on TikTok. Like, here's me on set, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you put your
Yeah,
whole
look at me
profile.
stealing all this stuff. I'm glad there was no social media when I was growing up
I plead the fifth.
because I would have been in a lot of trouble.
Look, I am not dumb. I do not confess to anything on camera or on microphone. I was a good person. You don't know what I did. But meanwhile, it's like, hey, I got 1,000,000 views. Yeah, you're also going to be serving 6 months for stills.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah,
your
you're
views were.
viral.
I hope you monetized on your TikTok to get you out of jail. So good job. One movie that's still going to be going strong, and this is surprising. Saw this morning. Sonic 3 apparently will resume filming next month, but without the actors. Obviously, it's CGI, and remember they have the big dolls for Sonic, and apparently they are going to resume filming of the movie. I'm assuming they're going to film all the shots that they need, and when the actors are off strike, then they can go back in and voice them.
So did Ugly Sonic cross the picket line?
I'll do it for $10 and a chili dog
And a pack of cigarettes.
and a pack of cigarettes. I forget. Ugly Sonic is the smoker. So, yeah, no, I saw this and it was surprising to me that it's like Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will start filming without the actors. This according to Entertainment Weekly. So I don't know. Like, I mean, it's in a sense good for them because when everything is over, all they got to do is just cut the voice work and they can get their film out right on time.
Yeah, CGI is always the longest time anyway. So I guess they don't fall under either one of those guilds.
I thought, like, I don't get how something like that would be able to work. But then again, you think about all these other movies that use a lot of CGI. Can they do the same thing as well?
They probably are. I mean, if they're not part of either one of those unions, then they can continue working without any problem.
I don't know, man. But of course, you leave it up to Sonic the Hedgehog to make waves when, I mean, it did it around COVID. A lot of people didn't know. And then it turned out to be quite a successful movie. And now here we are with Sonic 3 still making noise. I don't know. But then I could see a lot of actors getting mad or even, I could see the industry really being upset that this is happening. Like, wait, we're trying to, fight for our right to party and you're still working? Okay, how does that work?
There's a bunch of computer nerds going, yeah, we're not part of you. So Industrial Light and Magic is still working hard over there at Skywalker Ranch.
Yeah, exactly. It's true, man. It's true. Hey, there's always work somewhere, right? Some news that we don't want to have to hear about, but seeing this, I'm like, come on, man. Y'all really are just trying to make us go back to cable. Starting in October, the cost of Disney Plus with no ads is going from $10.99 to $13.99. And Hulu with no ads is jumping from $14.99 to $17.99. And ESPN Plus will be going up by $1. So Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus will see a raise in their streaming prices by $3 in October.
Well, Hulu still has the bundle deal, right, with ESPN and Disney?
Yes.
I've got Hulu. I dropped it from no commercials down to Hulu with commercials.
Yeah.
And I'm questioning my decision on that sometimes. But, yeah, but I mean, I don't watch ESPN so much, but I watch a ton of Hulu and Disney. So that's a good bundle for me.
Yeah, no, I do the same thing as you, man. I bundle, and it's like, but if you're now gonna add some more money to this, it's like, come on, man. Like, we're getting up there with the reason why we got out of cable. Like, why am I paying the same price for Hulu as I was for my whole TV and internet provider all in one? At least that way I know it's all in one bill, and I'm not getting surprised by, oh yeah, that's right, I have HBO Max, or sorry, the Max.
Or
Yeah,
I don't even think you have I think it's just
just
Max.
Max. Sorry, I got Max. Yeah, next is just gonna be X. Oh, you see how well that worked out for someone else, right? It's just it's crazy, man, because it's like, what are we doing here? And then they also mentioned that they're looking to start working on a something similar to what Netflix is doing, a way that you can't share your password or you can't have it logged in. So yeah, obviously they see that Netflix had a raise in their services. So hey, we're gonna do the same thing and make more money. So Netflix is pretty much responsible for us having to pay for everything.
Well, I mean, I kind of saw that coming down the road. I predicted it. They were all going to start having their own streaming services and charging. So my next prediction is going to go a la carte, and you're going to be able to just pick series or movies.
I mean, I think whatever streaming service does that is gonna definitely take a lot of people's money because if I can, like you said, and I'm not opposed to where I don't think I'm there these days where it comes out and I need to watch it right away. But if I know that in the next couple of weeks I could say, hey, I can just a la carte get them, and then there you go, and I didn't have to pay for Netflix. So I got the new
Yep.
season of Stranger Things, and then there you go, and then I just can watch it, do $1.99 to get my weekend, whatever the case may be, and there you go.
Yeah, I see that happening. Netflix will probably have their monthly subscription, but then do an additional a la carte. Say, hey, for $9.99, you can get the whole season of Stranger Things without
Yeah.
subscribing to Netflix.
I mean, why wouldn't you do that? And I know we talked about this months ago, but I haven't really heard much. And obviously, with the writer strike and everything going on, I'm sure it had an influence on this. But Netflix was supposed to start practicing. They were supposed to experiment with live television. Apparently, they were going to start experimenting. I mean, they did a comedy special with Chris Rock and they streamed it live. So at this time, everybody, it was appointment setting. And then that way, everyone logged into Netflix to watch this live. I know they were trying. I don't know if Netflix at this point will go back to try to do a live event anymore. Like, because why? When you just raised your prices and you're profiting, what's the need to have a live feed for you to watch these shows?
They got to stay at the forefront because it doesn't take much to lose the ground with those streaming services. I
Yeah,
mean, and every one of them has one show that I want to see on their streaming.
I know. It's tough, man, because like right now, Peacock has had a lot of great content. And so it's like, okay, and I think it was the additional what, 4.99 that we're like, okay, but there's been so much great content, but then when it starts to dry up, you're like, okay, I can cancel this and then come back to it later.
Yeah, and you got Peacock has a bunch of stuff. Amazon has a couple that I like. Apple TV's got me hooked now. So yeah, I'm spending as much, if not more, on these streaming services than I was on cable.
Oh, I'm looking for a break anywhere, man. And it's making it hard to even share passwords because now all these streaming services are trying to crack down on password sharing.
Yeah, I mean Netflix, people are getting that screen of death saying, "Hey, you're not eligible for this."
Yeah. Oh, it's come up with me. So I was like, you know what? I was like, everybody's getting booted. It's like, it's just my household will have Netflix. Y'all got to get your own.
Grandma, did you kick me off the
That's what you
program?
get. No, honestly, I think it was my brother and my mom. And I'm just kind of, and my mother in law. And I'm like, how did y'all end up with this password? Like, okay. I was like, that's it. Everyone's cut off. Y'all get your own. Show that is going to be streaming on Peacock September 22nd. John Wick spin-off series, The Continental. September 22nd will be the official release. Great, starring Mel Gibson. So
Yeah, Melly. He's been in some trouble lately. I don't know. He's maybe trying to clean up his act. I haven't heard much of him since the last that Sylvester Stallone series with all the action heroes.
Expendables.
Expendables, yeah, that's the last thing I've really seen him in.
Yeah.
So I think he took a break from Hollywood.
He did a couple of things, little minor roles, which I think that was kind of his like, okay, I think I can finally come back because, my comments. He was in Daddy's Home too with Will Ferrell and
Oh,
Mark
that's right.
Wahlberg. So I mean, but it was just a small enough role for him to do something different. But then now you see a few indie movies here and there from him, but now kind of this one I think is bringing him back into the light because this is a highly anticipated series. I mean, I think this is a series that a lot of folks have been talking about, even before the last John Wick movie came out. That I think a lot of people were excited to see where they would go with this.
I still haven't seen John Wick 4. I know it's streaming now, so I guess I should go watch it.
Where's it streaming?
I saw it the other day. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought I saw it the other day.
I was like, oh man, don't get my hopes up. I was like, wait. I was like,
But yeah, the Continental, they've been talking about that one for years.
Oh man,
it looks like such a great concept.
Yeah. Oh man, it looks good. And I've heard that the last John Wick was really good. So I've told people do not spoil it for me because folks and their spoilers. A free gem I want to throw out for everybody out there. If you guys are looking for some freebie apps to stream, last couple of days we've been watching Freevee. Yeah, Freevee. It has like a bunch of old movies. Like they have the old Jurassic Park movies.
Wow.
Oh man, it's great. They got, of course, Family. They have Fast and Furious 9 on there. But no, and crazy enough, when you have your 2-year-old playing or with a remote control and downloading apps, he downloaded Freevee, and I was like, "What is this?" And we clicked. I was like, "Oh, I mean, yes, it's obviously got ads. I mean, 60-second ads, but it's free, so
hard to complain about that."
I can't complain. I'll watch a 60-second ad before a movie if it means I can watch a movie. So yeah, if you guys are looking for a cool little app, Freevee, download that one. Freevee, that's a free one for y'all. So yeah, I remember when we were watching a Steve Carell movie last night, and I didn't even know it existed, from 2012 with Dane Cook. I was like, they made a movie. I was like, Dane Cook still acted? Like
he's another one that disappeared. Yeah.
Right, you're like, what? Where the hell did Dane Cook come out of? But there he is. So, yeah, that one is that's a free one for you guys. So
literally free.
Yeah, it's in the name. It's in the name, guys. Oh man. If they want to keep up with you, Troy, how can they stay connected with you? You earlier threw up the
X. We're all over the interwebs. we got the X, we got the Insta, we got Meta, we got YouTube, and we got TikTok.
By the way, I gotta throw this out to you because Martine told me this. So, with Twitter, you can pay for the check mark, right? It's the premium, right? So on people's bank accounts, on their statements, it says X premium. A lot of husbands are getting in trouble because it says X.
What is this?
Exactly. They're like, what are you paid for? It doesn't say Twitter premium. It says X premium.
Yeah, I can see where that'd be a problem.
There's a lot of guys right now sitting. They got their blue check mark, but they're sleeping on their couch right about now.
I think X is dying, though. That I haven't heard too many people using that platform anymore.
No, man, it's just between that. I mean, you know what it is? I think Threads did a really good job of just kind of taking that whole platform and just kind of ruining it.
Is Threads still relevant?
Oh man, I haven't threaded in 3 weeks already, and it's only been out for 4. So,
yeah, I think they're dying an early death.
Oh man, and I really think that type of platform just made X go quicker. Like I don't know, I don't like that. I mean, it doesn't seem as engaging for me personally, like an Instagram, a YouTube, or a TikTok. So I guess it's just more video and entertainment for me rather than just I always
run out of characters and I hate it. Then I have to truncate what I'm typing. It sounds all stupid and ungrammatical.
Yeah, no, me. If I can't, I'll just put a GIF. That's how I'm feeling at the time. And it's usually a Michael Scott from The Office GIF. Just
GIFs and emojis. That's how I do it on Twitter.
That's how I communicate. If I could do radio that way, I would do the same thing.
Visual radio.
That's all you need. Guys, you can keep up with me, of course, on Facebook, Hot 103's Big Show. Search for us, follow us. Joey on the FM on Instagram, Big Show on the FM as well on Instagram, and then Joey on the FM on TikTok. Guys, this has been another edition of Zia Comic Weekly. We'll see y'all next week.
Later, nerds.